Let's get this going. Let's get this going. And the reason I want to get this going, called Mr. Don Lemon. He played himself. And like I tell everybody, if you black, stay away from politics. If you black, stay away from protests. This is not our fight. Don Lemon, he thought he could do what the fuck he wanted to do. But he could, damn, I look good in the motherfucker between them. Whoop, whoop. Somebody give me a shout out that's rich and famous and give me a podcast. and the thing was, he feel he can say what he want. But soon as Don Lemon get in a messed up situation, he always white supremacy, racist, all that black fatigue bullshit. Then he using the LGBT community. They don't like me because I'm a gay black man in America. Man, shut your ass up. We've been gay black men in the world since the Bible. Don't nobody care about you being gay, bro. Don't nobody care about that. The thing is, you went in that church, you did some foul shit, and we're going to speak on it. And I know a lot of people are going to say he had the right, but by law, you can look at the law for centuries, not day, not a month, but for centuries. If I'm even a criminal, if I make it to a church, a sanctuary, people cannot come in. If I make it to a church, the military can't even go in there. Law enforcement can't go in there. If anybody ever looked at the cartel situation, when they were looking at El Chapo dude, he ran up in the church after he got off the motorcycle. They couldn't go in there. When they were looking at Manuel Noriega, he went up into a church for sanctuary. They did not go up in there. A journalist, a nobody, can bring people in there to the Rupp God house. Nowhere in the world. Don Lemon knew better than that. But that's his arrogance. That's that narcissistic shit. That he feel he can do what the hell he want. But hey, I told black people to stay away from this shit. But the D.L. Hugleys, the Jasmine Crockett, the Abbeys, they coming to get you. Because don't forget, you're dealing with administration that's very, 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 very vindictive. They don't like to lose. So they're going to use y'all as an example to keep every other ninja in check. So when people realize they're going on, D.O. Hughley, all them guys are next. Just tell these people, wait, don't be a paid puppet. Don't get played. If Don Lemon get convicted and go to prison after they going to indict him and use him as an example, how he going to get a pardon? He got to at least do 36 months because President Trump won't be in office. And then if another Republican getting office, he going to have to do another 4 years because they're not going to let him out. They're going to teach the black people to stay in their place. That's why I tell you it's not our fight. And even with NICKI, people say NICKI doing that to get her brother out of jail, her man out of jail. That's what she's supposed to. That's what Queen's supposed to do. They put the ride with their man. I don't know the situation with the courts. I don't know if the man actually did it, but he got convicted of some sexual situations. But whatever she's doing, she playing the game the right way because she want her man out of prison or her brother out of prison. And also, everybody had the right to think what they want. And then she playing the game with Don Lemon because she know he is an emotional broad. He's not a man. So it's okay for him to go that route because he don't have man characteristic. He shouldn't even been going at NICKI for what her beliefs are. Because you're a journalist, you can't be biased. That's why, well, I don't know why he got fired from his show, but it's going to be hard for Don Lemon to get another credible show. What he doing on the podcast is great. He got 3 million followers. It's great. But will he ever be mainstream again? I doubt it because he's showing that he can't do journalism without being biased. Almost everybody now that's in journalism, they biased. They picking a side. You don't have a real journalist like the Walter Cronkite, the Barbara Walters. People are going to get up here and tell the truth. Now with social media, Yeah, Don Lemon. And also NICKI. Whatever NICKI said, I don't have a problem with it. Because whatever NICKI belief system is NICKI belief system. Like me, I don't vote. I voted for Barack the first time. The second time, I refused to vote for him. I'm not going to vote for somebody when our values don't align. I don't care about him being the president. I'm not an ass kisser. I'm not a jock writer. I'm not a celebrity ass kisser. That's one thing I don't do. Yes, I respect him as our president. I respect what he had to do for our country. I respect the United States of America. But I didn't respect the policy, so I just stayed out the way. Hold on. Let's see him brought to justice. Don Lemon, okay, let him grab his communist manifesto. He must be seeking pardon for her man, brother. Okay, Del Salva. I'm going to ask you a great question. And it might sound crazy. If you was in that situation, if your people are locked up, if you can play the game and get your people out of prison, you wouldn't do it? Because I damn sure going to get my brother, my sister, my wife, my auntie, my mama, anybody out of prison if I can get up here and play these people. Because she is lining with them to play a tactical game, that don't mean she actually with them. And Don Lemon really a son of Mike. Yes, he is. Don Lemon, you can't say you believe in God and you doing the things you doing. You can't tell me you believe in God and you doing the things you doing. And the reason I say that because if you truly believe in God, you wouldn't be doing that bullshit. Your ass would sit there and do the right thing. Because a God-fearing man, a man who's really a Christian, wouldn't be doing the things you're doing. And I'm not bashing you for it, but the Bible, the Quran, and even the Torah, not the Torah, but the Bible and the Quran, the Circle 7, they say you can't do that. You can't do that. No, he ain't to say, no, he don't believe in God. Release the Epstein file, Trump file, no. Well, then, when they had the opportunity to release the files, a lot of people complained. You notice they're not talking about it right now. And also, Bill Clinton didn't take his ass to go in front of the court system. When they asked him to come in there, he denied it 3 times, him and Hillary. So like I said, all of this shit is a fucking game. A fucking game. And I don't feel bad. Now, anybody, I see somebody requesting to come in. If you come in, you got to turn your camera on. We're not talking to no motherfucking still picture. And we got a standpoint. Then we ain't going to be in here arguing. We ain't going to be in here screaming. We're going to have good conversation like adults. If you can't do that, don't even bring your ass in. We ain't going to be doing that screaming and arguing stuff because we not kids. Here we go. And you got to turn your camera on. Nope. If your camera is not going to be on, I'm going to bring you back down. Because when people come in, I want people to turn their cameras on. She's done. Well, why do you think NICKI is done? What did NICKI do to get ostracized by the black community? Why do people so against NICKI want her deported, but they don't want Jesus and Hector and Ishmael, none of these guys deported? Clinton declined to testify privately. He wanted to testify openly because all the Trump. Okay, ain't no such thing testify openly. Because at this point in time, he's not under no indictment. So, young lady, whoever told you that, that's a lie. I've been in the federal system. They're just taking him in there like almost like a grand jury proceeding to get information. He don't want to openly testify to anything because that ain't how the feds work. The feds do not let camera be in the courtroom. You see the Puff Daddy situation, but Young Thugs had cameras in there. So whoever told you that, that's a lie. Because I've been in the feds. VV in the left field, tell her brother. Well, like I said, if I had that power to get my brother out of a certain situation, I'm getting him out of that. Okay, I just had to text somebody. Hey, we got 108 people in here. Can everybody please follow the host? Everybody please follow going on the wall. Find people who got an open account. Find accounts that ain't private. And please follow. And also, we got to start tapping. Come on, y'all. Power tap their screen and share the likes and comments. I appreciate all the comments. Tell her brother. That's why we had a war of independence. Yes. Yes. But Trump has a spine and trying to do the right thing and don't agree with all he does or most of it. But one thing about it, I don't vote. I voted one time my whole life and I'm 60. Can everybody please tap the screen? But I know policy. I do a lot of research. And I'm not going to sit there and let people in the barbershop, beauty salon, and in the community who I know who don't look this shit up tell me how to think. I can go in there and say, how is the economy under the Biden administration and Trump new president? It's going to tell me everything, the gas, the food, the inflation, the interest rate. It's going to tell me. But people don't want to look this shit up. They say Trump is racist. Then I put it in. What race economy had Biden made? What race economy had Bill Clinton made? You can put all this shit in, but people being such denial, they just going to agree with who they like. And that ain't how life should be. You should be a truth seeker. People are not truth seekers. I never heard Donald Trump being a fucking racist until he ran for politics and destroyed the machine. But I'm going to say this about your boy. Gas have been going down in California. So how the food. Man, everything is going down. But you tell that to a black person, they ain't trying to hear it because they've been programmed to dislike this man. But I'm going to break something down to y'all. Biden and Kamala Harris was on the stage together. They had to get somebody to nominate somebody to be the Democratic presidential forerunner. 80% of African Americans or more, guess who they picked? They picked Joe Biden over her. She only got 7% of the votes. So where was the black outcry? Where was the black leaders at trying to get a first black female president? All this shit is hypocrisy. And people like Don Lemon, where was your vote at for Kamala Harris? I can bet my life on it that clown voted for Biden. Abby voted for Biden. Whoopi, Sonny, them all voting for Biden. They just be talking. Like Biden literally signed out here, brain surgery. Yeah, but at the point, I'm talking about before this happened, before he became the president. In the primary, they picked him over her. She got 7% of the votes. So what were the black people at then? What were the black women at then? What were Barack and them at? All this shit is a game. But they're going to tell you to turn against Nikki, sign a petition to get her deported to another country where she don't give a fuck. Nikki is almost a billionaire. She worth like $500 million. You think she give a fuck about leaving America? Because she still can make great music anywhere in the world and live a great lifestyle. But when you deport Jesus, Hector, and all the rest of these motherfuckers, they going back to extreme poverty. You cannot hurt Nikki. Nikki can go to England anywhere and still live great. And Don Lemon, his thing is, he used the race card too much. So when we got to use the race card, guess what's going to happen? People going to say, man, anybody trying to hear that shit. That's like crying wolf. It's crazy. Yeah, Nikki don't care. She can make money. She can make money anywhere. You for deportation or not. I'm for deportation. Hell yeah, if you illegal. I just came out the country. They asked me how long I'm going to be there, who I'm coming to visit, where I'm staying at. They needed an address. They needed a telephone number. Hell yeah, they were going to come and get me and deport my ass. Yeah, I'm going to get deported if you illegal. Why would I be against for something that's illegal? Are you for people who hustle? I hustle and I went to prison for it. Y'all want to fight for that? Let's fight for reparations. You want me to get out there on the front line? Let's fight for our reparations. We fight for everything except for reparations. Let's start talking about reparations and see how many white suburban motherfuckers, Latino, Hispanic don't come out there and fight with us. They ain't coming. They don't like us. She will bring her pedophile rapist husband. So to support her. She gonna leave her pedophile brother in prison. No, Nikki trying to work an angle to get her brother out of prison like we all should do. No, I'm not saying deport Nikki. I'm saying people are mad at Nikki because she said some stuff that they didn't feel was correct. Yes, she was talking about the LGBT community. Nikki is bi, but she said boys be boys. It's okay. And people got upset with that. So Nikki put to sit there and try to get her man out of jail. Is she real? If you go to prison, your woman should try to get your ass out of jail. But the point is, hold on. So you're not consistent. You don't want to, so you don't care about deportation. Why would Nikki get deported, exclusive? Tell me, what did she do to get deported? And if she get deported, I don't really give a fuck. I don't know, Nikki. They can send her ass back to Trinidad. I don't really give a fuck. If she illegal, send her ass out of here too. But at the end of the day, let's do the right thing. Don't send nobody up out this motherfucker on your emotions. Oh, she ain't black now. All of a sudden, she lost her black card because she don't agree with this Democratic bullshit when y'all talking about cutting out castrating kids. So she illegal. Get her ass up out of here too. But Nikki don't give a fuck. Trust me. She don't care. Nikki didn't walk across that border. Her parents did. Nikki is filthy rich. She don't care. But if she illegal, yeah, deport her. But don't flip on her because she's in a line with y'all. So you must be a Democrat. Because I don't vote. See, I can tell when people are Democrat because I can tell the kind of shit they comment on. I can't align with a party saying okay for a 6 or 7, 8, and 12 or 13-year-old kid that had a sex realignment surgeries. And people saying, oh, that's okay. What's up, the older Barb and history here? And people saying that's okay. So how can I agree with that? Okay, I don't vote either. So you don't vote. So my thing is, yes, if Nikki is illegal, deport her. But we know she's not getting deported. But black people shouldn't say deport her when they trying to fight to keep Hector here. It's a double standard. If she wrong, deport her. If Hector wrong, deport her. If Sebastian wrong, support him. Deport him. Now, if you over here for the right thing, do the right thing. But I don't want nobody over here illegal. Because most of the people coming in the country, if you look in the last 20 years, this country getting very violent from gangs. MS-13, 18th Street, Trinidad de Agua. These are violent criminal gangs. Zopound and Florida. So we need to get these motherfuckers up out of here because they coming from a war-torn environment and bringing that shit over here and bringing the extreme environment to our community because they ain't going to the suburbs with it. Yeah, crime might be going down, but you still got too many criminals over here. But crime wasn't going down when Biden was in office. Crime went down this year. 2025. And the reason the crime went down, right, because of the Trump administration shutting down them damn borders, deporting people, criminals scared to come out. So Biden didn't make crime go down. Everything went up under Biden. All you got to do is get in your phone real quick and Google. Put Trump first administration and Biden administration and see what shit went up. Food went up, cars went up, housing went up, inflation went up, interest went up, all on the Biden administration, and the stock market went down, except for the last year when they're trying to get reelected. Well, Portia, man, Uncle Tom is a good dude. If you read who Uncle Tom is, you realize that we need to stop saying that code. Now, Portia, man, I realize that you're not a well-read individual. Uncle Tom was the person who would help free the slave, would help the slaves to freedom. So that tell me y'all don't read. Once you read and look who he is, you wouldn't be saying that word. And also, what is an Uncle Tom? Because somebody speaks the truth. So that's just telling me your level of intelligence. Because me and this man here, exclusive, having a good conversation. I never call him Uncle Tom. He never called me Uncle Tom. It's just the people on here with their opinion. In fact, when people say somebody Uncle Tom, I just know your level of intelligence is not that far. I just know that person, man. And really look up what Uncle Tom really means before you make that comment. Because when you talk to people who is educated, black people who do stuff in their community, who love their community, you realize that Uncle Tom is somebody who helped the community. And then when you go to my page, Accidental Investor, scroll down, you'll see in my community, I buy insurance policies, and they keep up the premium for African-American people in the inner city. I got an after-school program Matter of fact, I ain't got to explain myself to you. But I'm just letting you know, stop calling people Uncle Tom until you know the history of Uncle Tom. Okay, you're right. Now, exclusive, bigger crime spike happened under Trump. No. Show me that and write. Don't just show that. Go into Google and tell me and show me cause I'm gonna look it up because I already looked this shit up. I want you to text it to my email. And if Nikki is projecting, that's what you're supposed to do. You got to play the game. I'm going to ask everybody a question on here. A lot of y'all Democrats, a lot of y'all don't like Trump. Right? If President Trump call y'all phone today and tell y'all to get on a plane and he going to pay for everything and y'all need to come to Washington, D.C. to the White House and have a meeting, would y'all go? And Black Lives Matter, they some clowns. They under investigation. They've been stealing money from black people. Now, all of a sudden, Black Lives Matter, when white people are saying all lives matter, Black Lives Matter get mad. Now, all of a sudden, Black Lives Matter change the narrative. Now they want to go out here and fight protest for some legal aliens and some white people who don't even like that when we're talking about Black Lives Matter. Man, all this shit is a game. We got to start rising up and waking up. We got to wake up. Black Lives Matter. We're talking about Black lives. The white people say all lives. Now Black lives out there talking about all lives matter just to get back in the media for they won't get no get in trouble. Because a lot of them on that diamond for stealing money, the founder of that. So now this is your way to get back out there and try to get somebody to back her. But you'll be a damn fool as a black person to go out here and protest for some shit. Black lives, they also fight for white gun violence victims also. You're not that informed. Well, if you said they fought for white gun violence victims, so be it. But also they were fighting for black lives. That ain't what I said, bro. I never said they didn't fight for anything that wasn't white. I said white people said all lives matter. I never said they don't believe in all lives matter, because black people do believe in all lives matter. So that ain't what I said, bro. So I'm not misinformed. And why would they fight for white gun violence victims when them motherfuckers ain't really fight for black gun violence? Hey, man, exclusive, where you from? Where you from, exclusive? Where you from? Because we all from the inner cities or somewhere. Where you from? I can't wait till you put where your city from. Where you from, exclusive? You say they literally do. I don't care about that. You from Brooklyn. Where's the motherfuckers at in Brooklyn trying to stop all them damn gangs running through them bloods and shit? Them Latino gangs, them Hispanic gangs. So don't tell me they gonna fight for white gun violence, but they won't sit in the middle of Brooklyn and stop the black on black crime, the Latino on black crime, the Hispanic on black crime. Come on now. You got bloods and all that shit running out there at war shooting people. So where they at? Where they at? So you're going to tell me they out there fighting for white violence, gun violence, but they ain't fighting for black gun violence, especially in Brooklyn, because y'all motherfuckers at war with each other. The black, the Latino, Hispanics hate each other in Brooklyn. So that's why I would never roll with them, because I know they don't like me. I would never roll with Hispanics and Latino. I've been in a federal prison since this 17 years. Them Latino, Hispanic dude would do something to you treacherous. No, I ain't from Brooklyn, but my people from Brooklyn. I got people in Manhattan. I got people in Harlem. I used to hustle with a lot of people from there. So one thing about it, Brooklyn niggas do not get along with Latino and Hispanics. Y'all hate each other. So I'm not going to roll with them. I'm not rolling with nobody who don't like us. Period. So you're saying stuff. Harlem, not Brooklyn. Like I said, my family in Brooklyn and I got people in Harlem. Don't have selective hearing, fam. I got people in Harlem. I got people in Brooklyn. I used to hang in Harlem and Brooklyn. How do you think I know about that? Nigga might pay so much in tax she can pay Don Lemon flight to Cuba. Well, I don't want Don Lemon to get in any trouble, but this should be a wake-up call. This should be a wake-up call to every black American in the world to stop fighting for these people. Stop believing in your government. Stop believing in the Justice Department. I did almost 20 years in the federal system under the crack law in 1988. I didn't get out to 2006. These motherfuckers don't care nothing about us. But they always use us to be on the forefront. Call the Negroes, here the Negro come. We can't even get reparations. Why y'all ain't out there fighting for our reparations? We argue about everything. Like you said, you lying. Well, let's lie about reparations. Just say I'm lying. Okay, I'm lying. I told a whole lie. Okay. Now let's talk about reparations. We're the protest for our reparations. We're the white people, the Jews, the Italian, the Indian, the Arabs, the Russians, the Irish. Where all these people going to be at when black people start talking about reparations? They're going to tell me and you to give over it. Where's our politicians when we're going to talk about reparations? We had a black president who never fought for reparations, but he fought for the LGBT community. He fought for the Asian and South Pacific community. We had a black vice president. They kept pushing that gay shit, but the mother never pushed about our reparations. So where are two more powerful black leaders at one time that had the opportunity to put something in it and could have signed it into law like Donald Trump always do? Pick that pen up and said, fuck it. I'm about to make this executive order. Y'all can't do nothing about it. They ain't gonna do nothing for it. So why we keep going out there fighting for us, for them? Don't nobody care about our school system. Don't nobody care about that we living in poverty. They don't care about our education system. Nobody care nothing about us. Some people do deserve reparation. All African Americans who born in this country, who family come off the offsprings of slave, not somebody who migrated over here, not somebody who came over here and their kids born here. If your family is not from that family tree, you can't come in Jamaica and your kids raised here and get reparations. You can't come from Nigeria and you been here 60 years, but you weren't actually born in America. It got to be people from my father, my grandfather, my great-grandfather, great-great-great-great, all the way down that history of tree. So not people who migrated over here after slavery. So once slavery was over, if your family tree line should already been here. Even you came here in 1867 from a foreign company, your family shouldn't be able to get it. Because you don't come off the line of American slaves. Yeah, that's who I'm talking about. Right. And then we got to educate ourselves because most of us are going to get the reparations. What we going to do with it? We're going to buy some car, clothes, some coochie, and some motherfucking chicken wing. We're going to fuck the money up. And even with people like, we're going to get back to NICKI and Don. It's almost that I don't really want to talk to Don. Because people like Don Lemon, people like Don Lemon, D.L. Hughley, these people are race baiters. They making this country so fucking racist and divided when they do that. And we know we got white supremacy. We know we got racism. But we shouldn't fall in that trap. We should let them be who they're going to be. And we just work around them. When we do that, we'll be cool. We got to let them be who they're going to be. We shouldn't go down to their standards. Because now you got a lot of white people in society going to start calling us racist. You never heard anybody ever call a black man racist. We were one of the only communities in the United States that will accept anybody in our community. Now you got people like with this race baiting shit, like the Whoopies, like the Sunnies, like Don Lemon, who married to a white man. He always crying racism. D.L. Hughley, Roland Martin. Why these people constantly doing that? Now when white people see us, they're going to say we racist always also because the shit that other white people, other black people are saying. And I always tell people, I get tired of hearing about the white supremacy shit. We know it's here. Dr. Omar, thank you, bro. I get tired of hearing about this racism shit because at the end of the day, It ain't doing us no good by complaining about that shit. How are we going to overcome that shit? Martin Luther King, they were trying to overcome it. Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, Medgar Evers, they try to fight over that shit. But we complain about it, ain't doing nothing to fix it, that's our fault. And why? We think they going to come and save us. They want us to be gangbangers. They want us to be hustlers. They want us to be trap boys, unalivers, assassins, prostitutes. They want us to be uneducated. They want us to be disrespectful to our parents. They want us to be godless. Y'all don't see the shit that these people want us to do every fucking day? Y'all act like y'all in a bubble. Oh, they racist. Don, you think they give a fuck about you crying racism to a white society? You talking to some niggas. Most African-American motherfucker going to work for a racist man who own that company. Money, education is the only key. Money, education, right, and spiritualism, and unity. Now, we getting some money. Then you got some educated black people out of here. We got to get into spiritualism. But the thing we don't have unity. And from slavery, since we got a slave in 1865, and then the people in Texas didn't know till a couple years later. And from 1865, when we had to fight through the Jim Crow with the racist policies of this land, all the way to 1965, we had a structure, we had a unity. We had a cohesive community where we loved each other. When I was growing up, I knew my whole community. Now, I don't even know my fucking neighbor's name, and I've been in this house 15 years. We ostracizing ourselves against people. We've been prejudiced towards people. We started to hate people. And I'm talking about people in our own culture, our own race, our own nationality. And reason we do that called, you got the Rolling 60s going against the Pyrus. You got the Bloods going against Inglewood. You got the folk. You got Latin Kings. You got the Vice Lords. You got the BDs. This is a form of racism and demonic. We are willing to destroy another group of individuals from our hate. Brother than Anthony Farrakhan, thank you. And if we don't start re-educating ourselves, break the chain of a nigger mentality, a Negro mentality, if we don't wake up and wake up soon, we stop letting people lead us because they got 2 million followers. We start letting people lead us because they city councils. We start letting people because they're in Senate and Congress. Don't forget you both these fucking idiots in there. And the reason I say that, at Don Lemon, hopefully it can happen. It will happen, but I don't know if it's going to happen in our time. Because think about it, nephew. If Don Lemon was a real journalist, he'd be speaking the truth. You can tell what side he aligned to. You can tell what side Abby aligned to. You can tell what side Whoopi and Sonny aligned to. But people can't tell what side Stephen A aligned to because Stephen A talking about both parties. But people gonna dislike him because well, he said this about the Republican, like he rolling one. But they miss everything else he said. Another thing why it can never happen. Because we got dudes like Don Lemon, who don't even like women, is race baiting. And he a journalist. Roland Martin, race baiter. Sonny, married to a white dude. Whoopi, we all know you like to lick on white boys' cocks. Whoopi Goldberg, race baiting. So when you have people doing that and not speaking the truth, it fucks everybody up mentally. And our leaders, especially our black leaders, the Al Sharpton, the Jesse Jacksons, Michelle Obama always got some racist shit to say. Barack Obama. Why these leaders, Maxine Waters, ain't going down to Minnesota and telling people to stand down? Because a lot of them rioters are paid protesters, trained to disrupt. It's a proven fact. Now we got 66 people in. Can everybody please tap the screen? Can everybody please comment? Can everybody please follow for follow? You know, follow multi-invest, follow Realtor Anthony, follow Piccadilly, follow exclusive. Because we just having a dialogue. So anything we say on here, y'all, I'm going to tell y'all, I would never get upset. That ain't my style. Everybody had their opinion. Absolutely true. Hopefully it can happen. Or just say where Trump, if you say where Trump is, that's it. You don't have to explain yourself. Nobody respect. But one thing about it, you mentioned Trump name, people go berserk. Me personally, I don't care who in office. I want the country to be ran and efficient. Nobody who in office. They have been trying to like you, but you need to stay in your lane. Well, Nancy, she can do what she wants. Why would you dislike her because she have an opinion? See, me, like I said, I'm a non-biased person. I don't care what nobody do. When you start feeling like that, it's something wrong with a person getting mad at somebody, had their opinion, somebody I know. I don't care about what Donald Trump do. I don't care what Biden do. I don't care what Don Lemon do. I don't care what nobody do. I'm on here doing a platform, seeing how other people think. At the end of the day, I'm not going to dislike Don Lemon for his stance. I'm not going to dislike Nikki. I'm not going to dislike Biden. I'm not going to dislike President Trump. All I want this country to do is be ran efficient. If the country is doing good, we all doing good. So why would we hope and pray for this man downfall? If he failed, the country failed. No, Trump is that bad. People want it to be bad. All you got to do is put in Donald Trump versus Biden, Donald Trump first administration against Biden first administration, and put in like the economy. You're gonna see crusting. Then put in Biden administration with Donald Trump's second administration. He crushed him in less than a year. See the 100% correct. Dear black lives can run their mouth on her. She firing back. Yeah, but people shouldn't be worrying about what she's saying. That's childish behavior. Are y'all worrying about what the gangs doing in your community? The shooters, the unalivers, the prostitutes in your family, the pimps in your family, the players, the addicts in your family? So why the fuck would I care about what somebody say? That's fucking childish behavior. I don't care about what a motherfucker say. Plenty of people I don't know. So the thing about it, if people want President Trump to fail, that means the country failed. If President Trump failed, the country failed. So who the fuck want the country to fail because they don't want to see him do good? You don't think that's some dumb ass shit? That's dumb as hell that you want the country to fail because you don't like Trump. Or you want the country to fail if you don't like Biden. That's dumb as hell. You want the country to be successful. You want to have lower interest rate, taxes, homes, better education, better law enforcement, better security, better school system, more jobs. Who the fuck don't want that? So you got to be a damn idiot to want that country to fail because you don't like somebody. No matter who in there, we should say, hey man, Democrats in there, but I hope they do the best job possible for the United States of America. But I don't get people mindsets. I don't get people mindset that they telling you who to like and who to dislike. They told y'all who to vote for. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it again. President Biden, before he became a president, he had to go to the primaries against Kamala Harris. President Biden won because he ended up being president. Kamala Harris got 7% of the African-American votes. Where were y'all Negroes at then? Where were y'all ninjas at then? She got 7% of the African-American votes. She stepped down. What was the outcry? What was President Barack and I'm talking about? We got to vote for this sister who been in the struggles with us. This shit is hypocritical. If you go back and look at it, nobody voted for it. For now, you're going to tell us to vote for somebody that the other black administrators like Maxine Waters, Hakeem Jeffries, all these people didn't endorse her. They endorsed the white guy. Let's make this make sense. Let's make this make sense. But they know y'all ain't going to do no investigative reporting. I can't wait to see my taxes this year. Been a minute since I got a decent check. We'll see this year. Well, they said the tax is supposed to be better, but like I said, we all going to see this year. We want success. So we need Trump to take accountability. Accountability of what? I want to know you got to take accountability of it. And I'm not speaking up for him. Nobody take accountability. They all talk about immigration. They all talk about the LGBT community. They all say the same shit. They all talk about tariffs. We just ain't looking at that. ICE agent was out here last year rounding up immigrants. That's what they do. They round up immigrants. So all of a sudden they just came from stars and just landed in communities. They was out here last year before Trump got in office. This shit is a game. Wake up, people. Wake up. Let me belong in jail point blank instead of the rest of the people that were with him. She is right. What a different fact act he did. Church is not a place to go to. Go ICE. But the thing about it, who was that just said that? P. Dizzle. He needed to be indicted, and the people who went there with him need to be indicted. Want me to tell you why? Because them old motherfuckers can't think. You are not going to put me in hell or fire. You're not going to make me go out there and do no dumb shit. I'm not a follower like that. I'm not an idiot. I'm not a fool. So you tell me to go out here and protest. I'm not going to go out here and protest. If you tell me, hey, man, let's go up in the church, you can't pay me enough money going in because I know what's going to happen behind it. I've been in the federal system. I'm not going to happen. And you're right. A man of God or a woman of God is not going to go up there and cause confusion in God's house. So God is going to make sure that he get indicted. Then he was like, I'm a Christian. You're a Christian. You want to be in an LGBT community relationship. You want to be married to a man. Christians don't do that. No matter what nobody said. A man of God do not do that when God said that's abomination in both of the main books, the Bible and the Quran. Hold on. Somebody, I want to see somebody here. And NICKI, and my thing to NICKI, I know NICKI never see this video, but if somebody actually know her, you on here just skimming through. But I'm saying it. NICKI, tone it down. Don't go at a fool. Let that fool be a fool. Don't go back and forth. We are adults. So nobody be going back and forth with people who just looking for sound bites and viewership. You know, because when he went up in that church, nothing in the world can convince me that, dude, you ain't wrong. Ain't nothing he can fucking say to me gonna tell me you ain't wrong, man. You wrong as fuck for going up in that church and disrespecting God like that. Then you going up in that church and you already wavering. You already a hell of a sinner. And you went up in that church and did some bullshit. So I think he should be indicted. Like when I was hustling, I was supposed to get indicted. When he broke the law, you can look up. It's called the FACE Act and the Ku Klux Klan Act. It's two different laws. And then all the laws around the world, nobody can go into a place of worship. Do you notice when they have war, they try to avoid churches and hospitals? These are national laws, international laws, universal laws. He went up in a fucking church for content. Then he disrespected the pastor. Then he disrespected the deacon. And then he gonna call them racist, white supremacists. You know how that'll feel everywhere we go? They calling us the N-word. Calling somebody a white supremacist is just as bad as calling somebody a Negro. Should nobody be called that if that's not them? I shouldn't be called an N-word if it's not me. But some people deserve that title because some of the shit we do in our community. But when you call somebody a white supremacist or a racist and they not, that hurts them. Captain Honeybee, do I support white supremacy? I support God. If you listen to what I said, if he keeps calling people white supremacists and they not, he went up into a church. How do we know these people white supremacists? Because they told him to get off sacred ground. They told him to get off private property. So he shouldn't be saying that. You can't call everybody a fucking white supremacist. I got white friends. So that's bullshit. Should nobody have to be called that if that's not true? That's just as hurtful if a white person called me the N-word. And you pro-ICE, you're not a Christian. Pro-ICE, I'm pro-law enforcement. I'm a United States Marine. Should nobody be attacked in law enforcement? So what did that constitute if you pro-ICE, you're not a Christian? Y'all just say any damn thing. So if I'm for the police, I'm not Christian. If I'm for doctors and lawyers, I'm not Christian. Because don't forget, you got all these people on both sides. You got ICE people that Democrat and Republican too. I'm for the right thing. Y'all just say anything. This is a hell of disrespect. Nigga, watch your mouth. Oh shit, here another person. You might be the same person, don't even take care. No, I ain't gonna get in there with you, Camilla. You have the right to think you want. Uncle Tom is your Captain Honeybee. Look up what Uncle Tom is, and you're gonna be shocked. And I appreciate it, thank you. But I still gotta educate it because you saying it for the wrong content. But I appreciate you calling me Uncle Tom. That's the best thing they've been saying to me all month. Somebody calling me Uncle Tom. Matter of fact, I'm gonna buy me a shirt that say in a hoodie since it's wintertime and put Uncle Tom on. Man, that's some powerful shit. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Oh, no, Cookie. I'm happy you called me Uncle Tom. Bill Murray went into a church on his religion. It's evil. Your equal elbow. Those two labels are no way equal in their destructive nature. Roscoe, all you gotta do is look up what the Uncle Tom mean. It don't come from a hair Beecher Stowe book. She made it something negative. Look up who the real Uncle Tom was. And it tell you a lot about this great man, what he did for the history of our people. All you gotta do is look it up, man. It don't take you a sec. Just Google the real Uncle Tom. No, police are white supremacist system. What about the blacks? That's police. They white supremacists too. And then you said white supremacist system. I'm glad you said that. Hey, Captain Honeybee, I'm glad you said that. So you said the police are a white supremacist system. Who started the police system? Who started the slave catchers? I want you to tell me that, Captain Honeybee. Who started the slave catcher and the police as we speak of? Who the heck care about Nicki Minaj thing? She had been canceled. She don't care about being canceled like you don't care about canceling when somebody in your family don't like you. She don't know her. They still gonna support her. I guarantee she's still gonna make $100 million if she on tour. She don't give a fuck. So Captain Honeybee, who started the slave catchers? I can't wait till Honeybee answer that. What takes you so long, Captain? Because for one, I'm going to give you a little history lesson. The Democratic Party started the slave patrol, buddy. Captain Honeybee. So you like the Democratic Party and they started the slave patrol. Wow. Because slavery went up north. It was only certain sectors and certain areas down south. Wow. So you're in the Democratic Party, the one who started slave patrol, and then the history going to reflect all the way to ICE. I don't vote. Oh, they are Republican now. I figure you'll say some dumb ass shit like that. we don't even want to look up our history for you to deflect that fast. Now you're going to say the party flipped. No, y'all flipped because they gave y'all Section 8 and welfare and made y'all bums. That's why y'all fucking flipped. That's why y'all flipped, because they gave y'all everything y'all wanted. Nothing. Projects, inner city ghettos, and food stamps. That's why we flipped. When we were Republicans from Black Wall Street all the way up to 1947, our ass had black community where we were striving. And then Reverend Martin Luther King and his father now were registered Republicans. What the fuck you mean we switched? No, y'all switched because they got y'all. They ain't got me. I'll go back to my history. I'm not going to never roll with nobody who was hanging up on trees in 1965. We were still getting butchers during the civil rights with Bull Connor and them. They were Democrats. Lyndon B. Johnson and them was Democrats. Man, I can't forget. I was born in the 60s. Y'all knew way motherfucker can't forget that. What party marching with Virginia battle flag? The KKK. Hey, dog, them individuals. They individuals. We talking about political party. Those individuals. The political party, the Democratic Party, and the party of racism, and the party of the KKK, and the party of Jim Crow from 1865 to 1965. Lyndon B. Johnson said, if I can get these Negroes to vote XX way for 100 years, we'll have them. And it ain't been 100 years yet. It been 60. Because I'm 60. That was in 1965. So y'all the fucking fool. But the younger generation waking up. Don't get caught. Ha ha. Who the fuck care about Nicki Minaj? Well, don't nobody really care about Nicki Minaj. But it's a war of words. And Nicki really don't care what nobody think about her. Because at the end of the day, her paper long. Stop being a Republican in 1970. Okay, you wrong as hell. You just admitted, hold up, you just admitted the KKK voted for Trump, but I didn't say the KKK voted for Trump. You never heard me say that. You never heard me say that. I don't know who the fuck they voted for, dude. So why would I say that? More KKK leaders are still Democrat. Want me to tell you why? Look up Senator Byrd from West Virginia. Look up David Duke from Louisiana. They were Democrats. They both were senators. They was in Senate and Congress. President Biden and Bill Clinton was at his eulogy and said he was a great man. He never denounced being a KKK leader, and he was Democrat. Duh. So what are you talking about, man? Let's make some damn sense. KKK can be Democrats too. You don't think we have a white president? We had one Negro. You just, okay. My friend is like this, 30 years working with Trumpster in a meal, and now he both sides to do. Well, I don't vote. We just have a dialogue, and I don't vote. I just want the country to be ran good. I want the stock market to keep going up. I want the home value to keep going up because I own real estate. I want the gas price to go down before I want to put all the gas in that SUV. You know, I want the stock market to be booming because I invest in the stock market. I want everything going to benefit my pocket to work. So I don't care who in there. I'm talking about some green shit. I don't care about the other stuff. I don't care about the politics. I just want people to keep making money for me, whoever in that mother. David Duke wasn't a senator. Martin, okay, David Duke was saying he was a congressman. Okay. But David Duke was also a damn KKK member. Martin Luther King, no, he wasn't. He didn't line with no political party. But his daddy was a Republican. He didn't line with no political party. He was trying to do the will of God and his people. You can't get me on them, bro. I study too much. Hell, y'all would have owned slaves. Some of the biggest slave masters in the United States were black. All you got to do is look it up. And they were down in the Georgia, Mississippi, and Alabama area. Hell, y'all to own some of y'all. Y'all deserve to be in bondage, some of y'all. You keep the stocks up, homes up. You don't pay a living wage either. David Duke wasn't a congressman. Okay, what was he then, man? What was he, man? He wasn't a congressman. He wasn't a senator. What was he, shit? But one thing about it, he was in politics. It don't make a difference, shit. But he was a racist and he was Democrat. That's Uncle Tom shit. Yes, sir. David Duke wasn't a congressman either. You're wrong again. Okay. Martin Luther King Sr. stopped being a Republican in 1960. Hold the ignorant in your comment. Well, Martin Luther King, if I just say he stopped, but up to 1960 he was. I never been with no political party because I'm not going to let these crackers tell me what to do and how to think. I'm not that damn fool. I don't vote for these people. But I can also speak the truth. And I can see Don Lemon did some dumb ass shit. And what Nicki said might have been some dumb shit to some people. But to me, she can say what she want. Like Don Lemon say some dumb. But Don Lemon put himself in a situation you're going to get a federal case. Ain't nobody come and pay for a lawyer. Ain't nobody going to take care of his family. And his husband going to leave him. Because the husband going to go get another boy at the bar. So that's why I said we shouldn't get caught up in this shit. Just let's just stay out the way. Let them have their fun with the politics. This shit don't fit us. I don't think Don Lemon was that started. He opened up my head and dick suck. We're trying to get a burn. I don't want to for her. Well, just another day. If I'm in Nicki's situation, I love my brother or my husband. If I was a woman, I'm going to try my best to get them motherfuckers out of jail, no matter what I got to do. See, they ain't like in the black community. When I went to jail, my family wouldn't put money up for lawyers and appeals and all that shit. So she going hard for the people she love, and that was what you supposed to do. So she got to play that game and get him out of jail. I know we always in that situation, we do the same shit. I know I would, because I ain't going to let my family sit in jail, no matter what. Well, I never listened to her music unless this shit come on the radio. I never bought none of the CD. But at the end of the day, I don't care what she say. All the NICKI fan was Democrat, and now she quit making albums. NICKI never make money. NICKI got so much money, man. Don't matter if she make another record or not. I'm saying he ice too. No, I'm a Marine. I'm a Marine, bro. I'm above an ICE agent. I'm a Marine, United States Marine. I fought for my country. That one thing I did do. I got trained to fight for my country, to keep y'all safe at night. Can't even get out of jail here in New York State. Right. They just be talking because if President Trump pardoning, he ain't in the Fed, he can't get a state pardon, let the governor down there pardon. They just be talking, bro. But at the end of the day, NICKI can do what she want. They said NICKI lost 99% of her fans. I guarantee she'll pick up more white fans. NICKI don't care, man. She worth $500 million. You think she really give a fuck? Y'all saying stuff that don't make no sense. The lady is worth $500 million. Do you really think she care a fuck? I know she don't care. Because I don't care. She got paper. She can sit there and roll the rest of her life out somewhere on a tropical island drinking a margarita. How about keeping children safe? Well, that's what we got to do in our community. Because you in a black community, a lot of our children getting gunned down daily. 12, 13, and 14. Y'all ain't trying to keep them safe in our community because y'all let them little YNs take over. So we shouldn't even say keep our children safe. Y'all ain't doing your job as parents, grandparents, aunts and uncles and cousins and big homies. Because we all know some of them little bastards that run around our neighborhood doing that demonic shit. You are an imperialist mercenary, not a Marine. You were an imperialist mercenary, not a Marine. That was a lazy ass statement, dude. Yep. Once she deported, NICKI leave all America wealth back in America. Nope, she can take her wealth. You can't strip somebody of their funds because she never committed a crime. And they're not going to deport her. I'm going to tell you what they're going to do. I'm going to tell y'all what they're going to do because y'all ain't no thinkers. Y'all emotional wrecks. Multivest. This what they going to do. And mark my word, she going to go in front of him. They're going to accelerate her process and make her an American citizen. Mark my word. See, you got to get with the right team. NICKI got with the right team. They're going to make sure that she's a citizen. And ICE would never touch her. Get with the right team. Get with the right team. I guarantee you, she going to be an American citizen and soon. And a lot of people are going to be hurt about that. A lot of people are going to be hurt by that. Because she's going to sit there and be an American citizen. And she's a legal a resident. No, they're going to make sure that she get her citizenship. She's going to go ahead of the line. Because they see y'all talking about it. They see y'all trying to sanction her. They see y'all trying to side her. They see y'all trying to kick out the black community. And guess what? Them white folks gonna make her an American citizen. And y'all gonna be mad as hell when she put that online. Letting us for a non-Christian pastor. Well, I don't know if it's non-Christian or not, but Don Lemon should have took his ass up in there. Don Lemon gonna be on the federal charges for being stupid, trying to be in a white man war, and should have kept his black ass at home like I keep my ass at home and mind my business. Nigga doesn't have her green card yet. It's her wealth that keep her. Not just her wealth, she aligned herself with people who can keep her in the country. They're gonna make sure she stay down because y'all talking about her. Y'all putting her down. Y'all trying to kick out the black community. I heard people, she ain't black. She from Trinidad. What the fuck? So I'm from Jamaica, I ain't black. I'm from Africa, I ain't black. I'm from Dominican Republic, I ain't black. Man, y'all sound stupid as hell. But that's what we do in the black community. When people ain't aligning with what you want to believe no more. People don't look up the truth. People just want somebody to agree with us that people doing research. And that's okay. Everybody have their opinion. That's why I can sit here and talk shit all day long because I ain't biased. I don't really give a fuck. I don't really give a fuck about who the president, who the vice president, none of that shit. All I do is care about them running the country and making sure that the market stay up, real estate stay up, cryptocurrency go up. That's all I fucking care about. NICKI now have a green card, Google it. But they gonna give her citizenship. She can tear the green card up. Believe doesn't. Facts. Eva Twitter. She hasn't done yet. She will. No, she don't have a green card. I looked it up because somebody brought that to my attention. And the thing about it, even with Don Lemon, I know he is sitting home holding his nuts right now, like, damn, I done fucked up. Because you can't be mostly driven. Most people do not have the level of emotional intelligence. Because once you make a comment, they just blurt out and go berserk. I never get mad what people say about certain stuff because I research so much and I really don't give a fuck. I really don't give a fuck because I want people to be who they are. I don't want people to have to change because this person is Republican, this person is Democrat. If I fuck with you and I love you, I don't give a fuck. If Michael Jordan come on and say right now that he a Republican, right? Just say Michael Jordan come on and say, I'm Republican. I'm still respect Mike as the greatest ever. And Shaq, I really don't care. Because they had the right to pick what they want to do with their life. Because ain't nobody taking care of nobody. I don't know nobody on this motherfucking social media that should be able to tell me what the fuck to do. And don't nobody who in my life around me gonna tell me what the fuck to do. I always been my own man. Because when I did that almost 20 years in prison, what the fuck were you motherfuckers at? Was y'all fighting for my freedom? Was y'all fighting to get them crack laws changed? The mandatory minimum sentence changed? No, so shut the fuck up. I don't let black people tell me shit because I was in the belly of the beast for 20 years and I see how y'all operate. They can have a residential card, shit, not a U.S. citizen. Well, I don't really know what that means. Okay, I got to get up out of here. I got to go up and make my last meal for the day. I got to eat before 6 o'clock. I'm going to get some food in. Then I'm going to fast for 24 hours all the way to 6 o'clock the next day. I appreciate everybody coming in. Hey, nobody take none of these conversations personal. We just on here having our own opinion and having a dialogue. I appreciate it. Everybody, please follow the host if you feel like it. If I made you upset, I'm sorry. And also, everybody go down the wall and follow. Follow Captain Honeybee. See now, Captain Honeybee, I can't even tell people to follow you, man. You talking about come out the closet. See, the stuff y'all say is so immature, man, which I don't really care for. But let's start following people and follow Honeybee also. You know, people going to be people. You know, you can't hold that against them. So it's 83 people here. Let's follow. Go down the wall and follow people. Make sure they have an account that's open. Make sure it ain't a private account. Now, I wish everybody have a great, beautiful Tuesday. Stay prayed up. Stay out the way if you black. Let the Republican and Democrat do it out like gangbangers. We stay out the way. We let them do what they gonna do. Cause ain't nobody fighting for it when we need reparations. And when we need laws to protect us like they did the LGBT community and the Asian community under Barack watch. So until that shit happen, we need to just stay out of the way, get our money right, build up our communities, get our own police force, and do the thing that we need to keep our people safe. Peace out. Oh, all right, Marty.